Hello and welcome to my short video discussing my performance in the games industry so far and how I will improve in the future. Let's get straight into it. The main employment roles I would like to explore further in the future are game programming roles and game design roles. A game programming role would be perfect for me as it is by far the area of game development I have enjoyed the most, as well as being the area I currently perform best in. As for game design, although this is not my main choice, I feel it is a great idea to keep in mind as it is another area of game development I really enjoy, as well as being a valuable skill that will help me no matter what path I take in the games industry. Not only this, but these two job roles often go hand in hand, with programming and design being closely related, and those with a job in one will almost always have experience with the other. A notable practitioner who has massively inspired me until now, and I'm sure will continue to do so, is Tetsuya Takahashi. Takahashi is a Japanese video game designer and director who currently directs games produced by his own company, Monolith Software. Prior to this, Takahashi worked for Square, helping with the creation of games such as Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger. As for his more recent work at Monolith Soft, the major titles include the Xenosaga series from 2002 to 2006 and the Xenoblade series from 2010 until now. One way Takahashi has inspired me is through his determination to follow through with an idea that he believes in. This happened in the mid-90s when he proposed a plot for Final Fantasy VII, but it was judged to be too dark and complicated. He went on to use this plot for a game which he directed named Xenogears in 1998, which went on to sell over 1.3 million units as of 2017. Another way he's inspired me is through his dedication to build his own company. This occurred in October 1999 after he left Squaresoft to start his own company, once he realised they intended to focus on Final Fantasy rather than sequels to Xenogears. The company is doing incredibly well currently, reporting a profit of 1.17 billion yen in the 2021 fiscal year, which is approximately £7 million, showing the dedication that Takahashi has put into this company to ensure it becomes a success. Throughout Takahashi's 35 plus years in the industry, it has changed massively, leading him to have to adapt his skill set to keep up with these changes. One massive change Takahashi has had to make throughout this time is the change between 2D sprites and 3D models. This change likely started to happen for him between Chrono Trigger, where he was graphic director, and Xenogears, where he was the main director, with Chrono Trigger using 2D sprites throughout the entire game, whereas Xenogears used mostly 3D models. Another huge change Takahashi has had to make across his time in the industry is a swap between job roles. Takahashi originally joined Square as an artist, but his skills made him flexible and allowed him to perform other job roles well. This meant that across his career he has worked as an artist, writer and director among other roles, showing just how helpful it can be to have skills in several areas of the games industry. These changes link to my chosen pathway of programming, as it means that even now as a programmer it is vital to learn all different aspects of game development. Furthermore, for a programmer specifically, these changes could have included improving skills in the game engines that have become popular in the last 10 years, such as Unity and Unreal Engine, as well as programmers generally having to increase their knowledge to handle more code now than previously. Despite playing around in a few pieces of software prior, my real pursuit of game development education came at the start of the H&C game design course I'm currently part of. This has helped me to gain skills and knowledge I will use throughout my career in games. For example, one skill this course has helped me to develop is proficiency in programming systems needed for a game. This is including systems such as a dialogue system used towards the start of this course in a Mr. Men themed game titled Adventures of Mr. Adventure, as well as a shooter loadout system in a recent user interface project titled Classic Warfare. The completion of game jams in my own free time have also helped with this, with a recent clicker game project titled Bounty Clicker allowing me to develop my skills in programming features such as damage scaling and text that is modified by a specific variable. This skill of programming proficiency is common between different areas of game development, as although it is mainly used by programmers, other areas of game development group will have to know about programming in order to effectively communicate with programmers. Another skill that has developed in recent times is creativity in the design of a project. This could be the creation of the story for a game, creative systems for a game, or creativity in the level design of a game. For me specifically, this mostly came in the form of creativity in a game's systems and mechanics. This can be seen when comparing one of my first games to one of my more recent ones, with one of my earlier games, Adventures of Mr. Adventure, being a simple 2D adventure game with no complicated systems or mechanics, compared to my more recent 3D collectathon game, currently untitled, that, whilst it's still in early stages, currently has a companion character that follows the player, as well as a short dash that gives the player more freedom in their movement. This increase in creativity can also be seen in my most recent game jam, Bounty Clicker, including a story that most players said was unique and interesting, as well as including character designs that most players agreed were creative. Skills and knowledge in creativity are also common between different roles of game development, as creativity is vital to ensuring a game is unique and interesting, therefore likely increasing its appeal. Despite this recent improvement in my game development skills and knowledge, I am not yet satisfied with this improvement and will aim to push myself even further. One way I'm aiming to further develop my programming and game design skills is through the completion of more game jams in my own time. For example, one game jam I'm looking to participate in is Game of 2022, hosted by GitHub and accumulating over 3,500 participants, with the jam still being 6 months off. This will increase my programming skills by allowing me to work more on creating new systems for my game or increasing the quality of my existing ones, as well as increasing my game design skills by giving me more opportunities to test my game design theories. Furthermore, the fact that many of these game jams will be collaborative projects means I can also improve my teamwork and communication skills, two skills that are vital to success in the industry. Another way I'm aiming to further improve my skills is by attending game conventions soon. The fact that these conventions are filled with people that are interested in video games means that not only should this improve communication skills, but it should also improve my ability to speak specifically about the games industry. Again, skills are often mentioned as being important for a career in the games industry. Even though taking these actions could improve my skills, professional practice is also a great way to do this. For example, not only would professional practice give you experience working with professionals in the industry and people that have vast amounts of experience, but it would also give an opportunity to work on games with a large scope that use more complex systems, with these being two skills that education just cannot provide. As I attempt to further improve both my game development knowledge and skills, I feel it is important to set career goals and milestones that are smart and provide opportunities for development. One short-term goal I've set myself is to produce and release a mobile game to the Google Play Store within the next 5 months. This provides opportunities for development, as not only will it increase my knowledge and skills in releasing games to different platforms, but it also means that anybody has easy access to my game at any time, making it much easier to gather feedback that can help me improve as a developer. Another short-term goal I have is to complete at least 3 game jams in the next 5 months, with one of these having a duration of at least 1 month. In addition to the previously mentioned Game of 2022, I'm also aiming to create a Metroidvania game, meaning a great choice for me could be one of the many Metroidvania focused game jams, such as Metroidvania Month 16. This would also help me to develop, as this constant repetition will ensure the skills I've been developing stay sharp, as well as allowing new skills to develop. Furthermore, the longer time frame will allow me to produce something closer to industry standard, further familiarising myself with the processes needed to make a higher quality game. The main long-term goal I currently have in mind is to get to a level where I can make games that people truly enjoy. This provides opportunities for development, as it gives me a goal I can continue to look forward to for years to come, giving me constant motivation to improve my programming and game design skills to make this a reality. A more clear-cut long-term goal I also have in mind is to possibly found my own game development company one day. This can involve a small team of 5 to 10 people that have the common goal in mind of creating great games. This also provides lasting opportunities for development, as it is another goal that gives a long-term motivation, as well as giving me another reason to strive to improve leadership and communication skills, as they would be necessary to ensure this goal can eventually become a reality. The reason I've set the previously mentioned goals is because I believe they will provide me with the skills and knowledge necessary to gain employment in the games industry, most likely as a programmer. For example, the mobile game and game jams will provide me with great games that I can use to boost my portfolio, as well as increasing my skills and knowledge in programming along the way. This and the general improvement in skills should help to increase my performance in any single skill, as well as help me to learn a range of skills, therefore boosting my chances of future employment as a programmer.